Hey, what's up? So this one is pretty personal, and some of my previous videos I've had the most people watch when I talk about the different things I remote viewed and the experiences I've had. I don't always like doing this because it makes the journey of enlightenment seem like it's just to experience these things, which is really fun. And like in yogi or in India, the yogis call them cities, or the ability to remote view. But the cool thing about this experience is that it was like a dream state, or I fell asleep while meditating, and those are the best dreams that I've ever had. Have always been when I've fallen asleep meditating, because it gets you in that enlightened state and puts you in it and gets your frequency on the right vibe to carry that frequency on into the dream world. And I don't even think it, like when you fall asleep meditating, I don't even think it's really a dream. It's more of like astral traveling, or traveling. And what I'm talking about in this video specifically is I think it was an astral travel into my own consciousness. And yeah, so this is pretty wild what happened, but I fell asleep meditating, and I came to this very vibrant, bright place, and there was these beings standing before me, and one of them told me that he was the Father, like the energy of the Father, and he took me by the hand and led me into a car, and it started speeding away, and I remember looking out through the back of the car window, and I remember projectile vomiting. Like it looked like I was vomiting like 30 feet. It was crazy. But later on, I realized that I was going through like a energetical purge, or purging some of these lower vibrating thought patterns and sequences that I had. And that's what this whole experience was about. It took me into my own consciousness to help me let go of those things and purge them. Um, so yeah, I remember also meeting extraterrestrials and going up into a spaceship. But again, like I said, they were inside my own consciousness with me. And I've spoken to extraterrestrials before, and they've told me about like traveling, and how when you first start traveling, it's the more important thing right now. Like everybody wants to leave Earth, which is cool and everything, but it doesn't really make sense right now because we're just trying to hold this angelic frequency here on Earth right now to uplift everybody and change the world into the Garden of Eden like it should be, you know? But yeah, I remember going into this spaceship and holding, like I've talked about, holding the frequency of love and connection. And that's like the real key to the universe and the key to astral travel and communicating with the divine, you know, is holding this and being able to love and just be in that state of observance. And I think it's really like a step process, or it's more of just like when you're being, you're already in that frequency of love, because the state of being is God consciousness, which is love, you know. But yeah, I went up in this spaceship, and again, I don't remember everything because it was like a dream, but they took me around. But I remember throughout this whole dream, I remember going through these periods of feeling in love and then feeling doubt. And then when I would feel doubt, it would like make everyone around me look almost scared, and they would leave me, and I would feel abandoned. And it was kind of showing me, taking me into these states of doubt, because I've had these states of doubt in normal everyday life, and it was showing me the energetical difference between love and doubt, and how by just holding love, it eliminates that, you know. And it's really what everybody wants to feel when you're around them, is just that love. Like you love yourself more importantly than anything around you, and by doing that, you just ooze it. And Phil Good talks about oozing and secreting this energetical sense of vibration of love, you know. So yeah, that kept happening to me. And then the being that told me he was the Father being, he said, we're going to need Yeshua, and that's Christ, you know, Jesus. And he took me into this building, and I saw this like super super bright blue cage. And I've made a video about my pyramid before, but this cage, it was more of like a cylindrical cage, I think, with like this pyramid type structure on top of it. And like I said, it was like these blue, the bars were like this blue light ray, like the light ray of Michael, you know. And I was taken into it, and uh, Yeshua was there, and he had the brightest purple robe on I've ever seen. And I've actually seen Phil Good in a video before, and or not in a video. I've seen him in videos, obviously, but in a dream. And Phil Good had this, like, not as bright as Yeshua's was, but Phil Good also had this purple robe on, which is pretty amazing. That similarity. But yeah, I laid down in front of Yeshua, and I remember him standing over me, and he just said, "Release to it." And then all of a sudden, I felt this like super, super intense, like it felt like I was almost burning from the inside energy come into me from Jesus, and it was like purging all these lower frequencies. And I saw this like I saw Yeshua pull this energy attachment out of me, and it looked like this ET, this like nefarious ET or something. But really, I'm sure it's probably just a combination of my own attachment to that doubt feeling, and that being that is that frequency that I've been identifying with for too long, you know. But yeah, it was like the most intense white hot love energy that I've ever felt. And it came in through my root and up through the top of my head. And I remembered in that moment to just love it. And even though it was like burning, burning hot, to just love that sensation and add my own love frequency energy and combine it with Yeshua's, you know. And it just purged that out. And I remember he did it like a couple times. And after coming out of it, I think of that as it was just the start. It happened in my own consciousness there on like the higher dimensions, the higher frequencies, and that was like the assistance. He lent the frequency to me, and he showed me that type of frequency and how to do it, you know, and how to beat that doubt and that lower energy and be in that state of love and love that white pure light coming through me, you know. Yeah, so after that, I went into like another room, and because like I left the cage, and the cage was definitely part of this like magic that he was doing on me, you know. And I felt like I remembered that sense of doubt again, and then like a split second after that, I remembered love, and then like the people around me grabbed me, and then like put me down on this table. And I remember it was like almost like a higher dimensional surgery that they did on my back, where they like opened up my spine and like my ribs. And I remember they almost like drilled, I'm pretty sure they drilled something, or like they put something in my back while I was laying like face down. And they told me it was like an energy or like an upgrade to help me release that that energy attachment that I had in my solar plexus, you know. And yeah, after that, I don't really remember. I think I went on another spaceship ride, and then I remember going down and like landing, and there's like a white building that I came and walked out of, and then I was on this grass lawn. And I felt the doubt come back again. I was like, oh geez, you know. And but this time I saw like these beings that they were like walking in front of me, and I could tell that those were like the beings, the entities that were messing with me. And but this time they were separate from my body. They weren't inside of me, you know. And it was just more of the memory that happened, or that of that doubt, you know. But yeah, so pretty wild experience. Yeshua is definitely real, and he's always there to assist you and call on, like if you want to call on him, he's always there. And I have this pyramid here in my room, but if you guys haven't seen that video, you should definitely get one. But there's like an organite plate on the top of it, but yeah, it's just made out of copper, and it's so helpful um, in releasing those energies, because it really I had an experience when I was in Crestone one time where I was meditating in like in the position with your when you're sitting on like your heels with your knees touching one another, and I got into like a deep state, and I opened my eyes and I saw this like portal open, and on the other side, like looking through this tunnel, I could see this pyramid structure, and I was like, oh my god, it was like this green color in the distance, and I was like, oh my god, um, is that really there? And then it kind of like flickered in and out, almost to like tell me, yes, it's there, like you're not seeing things. And then I started walking closer to it, and it turned into like this upside down tornado, where it was like a vortex, you know. And if anybody knows about Crestone, Colorado is like the UFO hotspot of North America, you know, and definitely there's a lot of vortexes and portals there and stuff. But yeah, the so with the pyramid, what I'm getting at is the pyramid. It really creates like a vortex, you know, and it channels Mother Earth, and it channels Gaia's energy, and it spins that energy up, and it kind of puts you in a bubble to help assist you and get rid of some of these lower frequencies that you've been attached to, you know. So yeah, think about that, guys. Hope you liked the video. Thanks.